Sonya Blakey, music of power and praise, in here running my mouth. I should have been pushing some buttons, but I'm honored. I had to pinch myself. I said, is this real? Pastor Smokie Norful is in the studio. Good morning.
What's up, Chicago? Well, you know what? We're around the world now.
We're around the world. Yeah, the iHeart Radio app allows us to be heard all around the world. So, did you take a plane in this morning? Did you just land this morning so you could be with me, or what?
I didn't just land this morning, but I did feel like I was taking a plane on that snow and ice outside.
Wow, crazy, crazy. Coming from Arkansas, you like this?
I love it. I absolutely love the snow. I love the cold. I can't wait for it to get cold every year. So, yeah, this is my stuff.
Okay. I lived, born and raised here, and I still can't get used to it.
I don't know why. Everybody seems to say that's from here. It's like, you live in Chicago. What do you expect?
I don't know. But Pastor Smokie Norful is here. He has some new music that he wants to share. And you've been doing a lot lately. A lot of pastors are closing churches, or they're trying to get members to come back to church, or, fill their church houses. But not only do you have a church here, Victory Cathedral, but you started a campus in Atlanta, right?
Exactly. Yeah, in Atlanta. It's actually right outside of Atlanta, in Sandy Springs, Dunwoody.
Okay.
But yes, it's been an interesting time, but a rewarding time. God He's sovereign. He's always blowing my mind. Mm-hmm. Asking me to do things that doesn't make sense. It does not make sense, God. It's a pandemic. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But he never misses. He never loses, and he always steers me correctly. So yeah, we have family there, and now we got family here.
Wow.
So interesting times.
Are those the only two locations?
Well, I planted churches prior to the pandemic. One in Houston, one is called Inspiration Church, and one in Birmingham. It's called Victory City, Birmingham.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, those were pre-pandemic, and then this Atlanta campus is post-pandemic.
Okay, so do you travel to all of these locations?
I do. I oversee the pastors of those locations, so I do have to go throughout the year and just check in and make sure that everything and everybody is on task and on course, and then support them in any ways that we can. But I don't go there every week. Okay. Only between Atlanta and Chicago right now. Wow. Am I there every week until we get campus pastors in place.
Wow. How's your wife, Carla, feeling about all of this change?
She is, that's my trooper. That's my ride or die for real. 25 years of marriage.
Wow.
Yeah, she's definitely the one.
Uh-huh.
It's cheaper to keep her. I ain't never going nowhere.
And your two miracle sons that push you back into the music.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. They're grown men now.
Okay.
It's amazing to me. They're grown men. But yeah, they're doing incredibly well. They live in LA now.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're Mr. LA. My baby boy is Mr. LA. Okay. I don't know if Trey is gonna stay there. He might come on back. I don't know.
Wow.
Once he finishes grad school. But yeah, they're doing incredibly well. Doing music, producing and writing for everybody out there on that coast, and of course making daddy go back to work in music and put out new songs. But yeah, everybody is loving this season. My daughter's doing incredibly well. She's launching a new apparel company. So yeah, it's a good season.
Wow. Did you encourage your sons to go into music, or was this something that they naturally wanted to do, seeing their dad do it so well? How did that happen for your two sons?
I never ever encouraged them to go into music. Okay. That was never my intent to push them, but I made sure every instrument that they could ever possibly play, even those that I didn't, was available for them in the house. Made it accessible. And then one day they just decided, we want to do it. So they started playing, they started doing guitar. They play more instruments than I do.
That's crazy.
Then they started writing, Dad, we want to write with you. And they started producing. So here we are.
You're creating generational wealth.
Hey, glory. Pay your daddy back.
That's right. Is everybody listening? Pay your parents back.
Pay your daddy back. I told them I got a list. Y'all let me know when y'all ready.
I need you now. We know that voice, Pastor Smokie Norful. I'm quite sure you can't go nowhere without doing that song. It's a must.
Ever, 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 ever. It will always be a part of me. And I've stopped fighting it because it's like, I appreciate that after 21 years, people still appreciate that song. So yeah, I'm good with that.
Right. And so, I'm thinking about you just sitting on the piano. Like, that's really all it takes, I think. When folks come to see you, they just want to see you sitting on the piano playing, singing.
And it's crazy because I don't do it much anymore, ever. And so when I actually do sit down and sing and play, I'm amazed that they're amazed.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who say, "Oh my God, he can play." I'm like,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
But I think about it; they haven't seen me do that in probably 18 of the 21 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, it's been in you. As I was looking at your bio, like you grew up in church. Your father, a pastor, on the piano is where it really started for you,
It's
right?
literally where it started: playing, singing, and directing the youth choir.
The youth choir. Wow.
For sure, yeah. So I've been playing since I was 5.
Okay.
And I finally got a chance to play in church at 13. I think I was 13 or 14 when he finally came and said, "The musician quit. I need you."
Wow. Is that how you met your wife, Carla? Like, were you singing? She saw you. She was amazed by your voice. Did you guys meet in high school?
Absolutely
or what was it
not.
Or college?
Nah, I was actually a school teacher. She was in her last year of college when we met.
Okay.
And so that's how we actually met each other. And I started hanging out with her and all of our friends, all the girls. I was like, "Oh, this one right here, this one bowlegging."
Oh wow! That's crazy. But 21 plus years of music. How do you think your musical style has changed, or has it changed? With the music industry being so different now, have you had to maneuver or change things about your style, and?
Absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, God is so good, and I'm grateful to be authentically me,
Mm-hmm.
where I don't feel like I am pressured or pushed by the trends, because trends come and go.
Yeah.
But music that comes from a life experience is long lasting. Those songs that are timeless, the songs that'll last forever.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that are not rooted in a trend or founded in a trend, but there's the ones that really come from an authentic place of life, of God, of whatever people are dealing with. And the whole premise behind my ministry has been hope, healing, and empowerment.
Okay.
Both in the preaching ministry, singing ministry, pastoral ministry, my life is centered around hope, healing, and empowerment. And there will never be a time that we don't need hope or healing or empowerment.
That's true.
So my songs come from that place, and that's why they, I think, have had longevity.
Yeah, I'm looking at your list of songs because we got a whole bunch here.
Hey,
I understand.
Yeah.
I see. Still say thank you.
Yep.
Still say thank you. Still have you.
That's the new one.
God is able.
Yes.
I mean, we can go back to Celebrate, Justified.
Oh wow!
I'm good. Oh my God, it's crazy. I noticed that you do a lot with Chicago's own Percy Beatty, phenomenal singer, songwriter, producer. Something about your connection with Percy Beatty. What is that?
Actually, it's crazy because before I moved from Arkansas, I don't think I've shared this story openly yet, but I moved from Arkansas. I said before I moved here, there were certain people that I wanted to work with. Mm-hmm. And of course, I was a fan of the Thompson Community Singers. I knew his work and his writing with Hold Out the Light, Save the World from Darkness. Yeah. I watched him write for Yolanda Adams all these years. And that's when we had liner notes.
Okay.
So I would look inside the CD and see, it said Percy Beatty. Right. I want to work with this guy. This is the guy I want to work with. I moved to Chicago. He ended up working for me.
What?
I ended up hiring him as minister of music at Rock of Ages when I was over the music there and the assistant pastor there. And so he was my employee, and I had looked forward to working with him for many, many years. And in that time, we formed a bond and relationship. And then, he started writing great hits and saying, "I think you can sing this." And I said, "I think I can."
Wow.
So yeah, he's just an incredible songwriter. Mm-hmm. And thankfully I was able to grab a few of his best pieces, like Good, I Understand.
Yeah, all of them.
Those are Percy Beatty songs. And now I just redid a really, really good one.
I know, right?